All right, everybody, welcome back. We are at the half in this Big Ten battle between these two bitter rivals between Ohio State and Michigan. Michigan leads it at the half, 33-30. It is a tight one between these two teams. Let's take a look at the stats from the first half. Ohio State, 39% shooting, 13 of 33 from the floor. Michigan, 13 of 26 for 50%. However, the teams are a combined 4 of 24 from three-point range. Ohio State 2 for 13, Michigan 2 for 11. Free throws, Ohio State only shot 2 in the first half, made them both. Michigan just 5 of 10 at the free throw line in the first half for 50%. Rebound edge went to the Wolverines, 18-16. Turnovers, Michigan with 8, Ohio State with 7. 8 assists, 8 turnover, assist to turnover ratio. 8 assists, 8 turnovers for Michigan. 2 assists, 7 turnovers for Ohio State. That is not a good ratio. Individually in that first half, Ohio State was led by John Mobley Jr.'s 14 points on 6 of 11 shooting. 6 points out of Christoph Tilley, 4 apiece from Devin Royal and Bruce Thornton, and 2 points from Colin White. Just 2 points off the bench for Ohio State in that first half. Meanwhile, for Michigan, they were led in the first half by Axel Lendeborg's 9 points. Morez Johnson Jr. added 8. 4 apiece from Namari Burnett and LJ Kaysen. 3 points out of Ade Mara and Trey McKinney. And 2 points out of Roddy Gale Jr. for Michigan for their 33 points. Michigan sitting currently at second place in the Big Ten with a 7-1 conference record, a game behind Nebraska. Oh, and incidentally, Michigan's next game after this one is Tuesday night at home against undefeated Nebraska as they come into the Chrysler Center for the only matchup of the season between those two teams. Ohio State, meanwhile, is back in action on Monday. They're back at home in Columbus against Penn State. Those are the next games going forward for both teams. It is a 33-30 lead here for Michigan as we get set to start half number 2. This is a tough 2-game stretch coming up for Michigan next week. They host number 7 Nebraska on Tuesday, and then next Friday night, they take on their other rivals as they head to East Lansing to take on the Michigan State Spartans. So 2 top 10 teams in a row coming up for Michigan following this game here. As we are just about set for half number 2. Nice scene there at halftime at the Chrysler Center. Trey Burke, the former Michigan player, getting his number retired at the half. Trey Burke's number 3. Played on Michigan's teams back in the early 2010 eras, 2012, 2013, getting his number retired. So congratulations to Trey there at Michigan. A lot of great jerseys retired there at that university. And Trey Burke, the latest to have his up there in the rafters. 33-30. Lead here for Michigan as we are just about set to begin half number 2. Michigan looking to go to 18-1 on the season, run their Big Ten record to 8-1. Michigan will inbound here to start the second half, and here we go. Both teams back on the floor with their original starting five here to start the second half. Michigan with a turnover to open the second half. Buckeyes back the other way and hitting a three to open the second half is Mobley. Nope, I'm sorry, they're saying that's a long two. Excuse me. So he's got 16, 33-32. Michigan with their second possession of the second half. It's a three-point shot that's an air ball. Lendeborg the rebound, and he gets fouled. And Lendeborg will head to the free throw line. So 2 free throws coming up. First of 2 is no good. Michigan continuing to struggle from the free throw line tonight. Now 5 for 11. One more free throw coming. Second one rolls in. So Lendeborg, the first Michigan player to reach double figures, as he's got 10. 34-32, the Michigan lead. Just underway, half number 2. Tilley. Now to Bynum. Bounce pass inside back to Tilley. Tilley sends it back outside, and the reverse layup is up and good for Amari Bynum. That's his first 2 points of the night. And the Buckeyes tie it at 34. Lendeborg on the drive. Right hand, front rim, no, but he gets fouled. And I believe Amari Bynum just picked up his third foul. Lendeborg right back to the free throw line. First is no good. So quick substitution here in the second half as Colin White returns for the Buckeyes. He replaces Bynum, who goes out with the 3 fouls. One more free throw coming. Misses both. Rebound Ohio State. Michigan now just 6 for 14 from the free throw line. Tilley to Mobley. Back into Tilley. Tilley inside the paint. Sends it back outside for 3. That's no good. Tilley gets the offensive rebound. Tilley sends it back out. And here comes a 3 for the lead. It's good. And the Buckeyes take the lead, 19 for Mobley. Michigan trying to answer with the corner 3. That's a rounded out. Rebound Colin White for the Buckeyes. Thornton brings it up the floor for Ohio State. 2 minutes old, second half. Thornton with it. Over it goes to Royal. Back out to Tilley on the outside. Back to Thornton. Thornton finds Mobley. Mobley backs it out, sends it over to Tilley for 3. That's good. Back-to-back threes for the Buckeyes, and they lead by 6. 8-0 run here for Ohio State. Dusty May takes a timeout. Ohio State on the road against the third-ranked Michigan Wolverines take the lead by a half dozen. 40-34. 2.5 minutes old, second half. So a great start for Ohio State here in the second half. A 10-1 run to open the half for the Buckeyes. And that run forces Dusty May and Michigan to take an early timeout here in the second half. John Mobley Jr., big game for the Buckeyes tonight, 19 points. He averages 15.3 a game. Thornton, a 20-point-a-game scorer, has been held to 4 points tonight on 2 for 7 shooting. But Michigan victimized by a 10-1 run to open the second half. Trailing by 6. Still plenty of time. We're only 2.5 minutes into the second half. We know how this Michigan team can score. Again, this is a team that averages 93 a game, but they've been held to 34 points so far in the first 22.5 minutes. Again, these two teams will meet again in just a couple of weeks in Columbus. So following the timeout, it will be Michigan ball. Michigan has not helped themselves from the free throw line tonight either. They are just 6 of 14. Wolverines inbound. Now the timeout. This is Johnson Jr. on the drive inside and scores. Johnson now in double figures with 10, and it's 40-36. Ohio State by 4. Tilley with it for Ohio State. Dangerous pass there and almost a turnover, but White gets to the loose ball. To Royal, over to Tilley. Tilley looking for help, bounce pass to Thornton. Thornton just inside the foul line will pull up and miss it short. Thornton now just 2 for 8 from the floor. Back comes Michigan, Lendeborg. And the Wolverines will reset on the outside. It goes back to Lendeborg. Lendeborg on the drive. Got up in the air on the reverse underneath the basket. Couldn't get it to go. Wolverines save it. And a foul on the way up will send Michigan to the free throw line. I believe Bruce Thornton just picked up his third foul for Ohio State. So now Bynum, Tilley, and Thornton all with 3 fouls apiece for the Buckeyes. So Buckeyes have themselves a little bit of foul issues here. As Trey McKinney heads to the free throw line. First of 2 up and good. Gabe Cupps and Ivan Jegovan return for Ohio State. Thornton has to go out with the 3 personal fouls. Second free throw on the way by McKinney. Good. 40-38, Ohio State by 2. Michigan applying a little bit of pressure on the inbound, and they get a steal. Bounce pass ahead, layup, up and in, and that'll tie this game at 40. Lendeborg with a dozen. More pressure on the inbound by Michigan. Ohio State able to break it this time. Now they have a breakaway, but it's rejected. And then knocked off Ohio State. No, excuse me. Johnson was out of bounds first before he knocked it off a Buckeye, so it will stay Ohio State's ball. I think Dusty Bay was ready to challenge that, but Johnson looked over at the bench saying, no, he knew. 40-40, 15:52 to play, and a good one on a Friday night in Ann Arbor. Michigan continuing to not help themselves at the free throw line. They're 8 of 16. They're 15th in the Big Ten in free throw shooting as it is. So they're not all that great of a free throw shooting team anyway. But just 8 of 16 tonight. Overall, they're shooting 48%, 15 of 31, just 2 of 13 from three-point range. Meanwhile, Ohio State 17 out of 40 for 43%. They're 4 for 16 from 3 at 25%. They've only been to the line 2 times tonight. Michigan's been 16, but only 6 more made free throws. Rebounds pretty even, a slight edge for Michigan. 9 turnovers for the Wolverines, 8 for the Buckeyes. And with 15:50 to play, we are all square, 40-40. Buckeyes and Wolverines. It'll be Ohio State ball underneath the basket when we resume out of the under 16 timeout. So out of the timeout, Ohio State will inbound. And they get it in. Jagovan with it. Out to Thornton, who's back in with 3 fouls. Royal, the pull-up from just to the left of the foul line, is no good. Rebound pulled down by Michigan. Wolverines can retake the lead this trip. And driving inside, right hand, no, but following up his own miss for the lead is Lendeborg. He's got 14, and Michigan leads it by 2, 42-40. 8-0 run by the Wolverines. And a foul outside. This will be Michigan's first foul of the second half. Looks like they're going to get Johnson. Whereas Johnson Jr. picks up his second. Thornton on the inbound for Ohio State. And a near turnover. Now it is a turnover. Michigan gets the steal and up and counted and a foul. McKinney with an and one for Michigan. Foul on Colin White. That's his second. And McKinney heads to the line to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. McKinney with 7 points tonight off the bench for Michigan. Free throw on the way is up and good. 3-point play extends the Michigan lead to 5 and extends the run to 11-0. Buckeyes up the floor here. This is Mobley trying to reset the offense here for the Buckeyes. Off to Tilley, top of the key, three-pointer, good. Amari Bynum with a three at the top of the key, and it's 45-43. That stops the 11-0 Michigan run. 5 points now for Bynum. At alley-oop pass, but it hit the front of the rim. And back come the Buckeyes. And the pull-up for to the left of the foul line rolled out. Rebound to Michigan. Lendeborg now with his 8th rebound. Now just 2 rebounds shy of a double-double in this game. Lendeborg a little out of control there. They're going to get his second foul on a charge. He was a little out of control there. Mobley will bring it up the floor for the Buckeyes as we just passed the 14-minute mark. Bounce pass to Tilley. Now back to Tilley inside. Tilley backing his way in, but ball knocked away, but we're going to get a reach-in foul on Mara. That'll be his second. Team foul 3 in the second half for Michigan. And the Buckeyes will inbound. Underneath the basket, Mobley brings it in to Tilley. Tilley gets it over to Mobley. Mobley goes inside. Tilley back into the corner. This for the lead. It's an air ball. And over the back on Ohio State. This one's going to go. I think they're going to get. Where are they going to get on that? Devin Royal, I believe. Team foul number 5 on Ohio State. Michigan still maintaining a 2-point lead and have the ball. In the corner now. Bounce pass inside off the hands of Mara. Couldn't hang on. And the Wolverines turn it over for the 12th time. Tayson Chapman back in the game for Ohio State as he throws it up the floor to Tilley. Over to Mobley, and the Buckeyes will set the offense. Mobley, bounce pass to Royal. Back out to Tilley. Bounce pass Mobley. Mobley going inside. This is Royal. 5 to shoot for the Buckeyes. Tilley for 3. Banks it in. The Banks are open late on a Friday night in Ann Arbor. Tilley banks it in to put the Buckeyes back in front. Tilley now with 12. Trying to answer with a 3 is Michigan. They cannot, but the offensive rebound putback. There was nobody underneath for the rebound for Ohio State, and Roddy Gale Jr. got an easy offensive rebound and putback to put Michigan back in front, 47-46. Royal off to Tilley. Now Mobley. And it goes to Royal. Royal backing his way in. The turnaround, no, but he gets fouled. And Royal will head to the line. No, they say a non-shooting foul. I'm sorry. They say before the shot. So the Buckeyes will just inbound from under the basket. And then it comes to Tilley. Off to Mobley. Mobley looking for room, doesn't have any. Gives it off to Thornton. Thornton over to Royal for 3. That's off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound, Michigan. Long baseball pass ahead. And we've got a reach-in foul on Ohio State. That is team foul 6. As we have hit the under 12. 47-46 in a tight one between these two bitter rivals, Ohio State and Michigan. So we told you about Michigan's upcoming schedule. They've got 2 top 10 teams in a row after this. Schedule not quite as daunting for Ohio State going forward. They host Penn State on Monday. Then they travel to Madison next Saturday against Wisconsin. That won't be an easy game. Then they travel to College Park to take on Maryland before taking on this Michigan team again 2 weeks from Sunday. So a chance for Ohio State to pick up some more wins here. They come in 13-5, 5-3 in the Big Ten, winners of 5 of their last 7. One of those losses in that span, a tough loss to undefeated Nebraska, 72-69. Their other loss in that span was an 81-74 loss up in Seattle against Washington. And Michigan's only loss of the season coming at home to Wisconsin 2 Saturdays ago. So set to resume here following the under 12 timeout. Ohio State and head coach Jake Diebler looking for what could be a season-defining win here if they can knock off the Michigan Wolverines on the road. Michigan to inbound under the basket. It will be Kaysen to inbound. Still looking, and dangerous pass. Buckeyes knock it away, but Michigan able to retreat and get the ball. McKinney gives it off in the corner for three, around and out. And we have a foul on the Buckeyes on the rebound. It's going to go against Jegovan. And that is team foul number 7. So it will be 1-1. Boy, another miss for three-point range for Michigan. They're now 2 for 15 from long range tonight. Ade Mera at the line for 1-1, and he rimmed out the first free throw. Cups with it for Ohio State. Gives it off to Thornton. Back to Cups. Bounce pass to Thornton. 10 to shoot for the Buckeyes. Thornton looking to drive. And we have a foul on the Wolverines. Going to get Trey McKinney. Team foul number 5 on Michigan, and Ohio State will inbound with 11:02 to go. Cups with it on the outside. Cups now looking to drive, gets cut off. Cups with 5 to shoot. Cups bounce pass, and the shot is up and good for Jegovan. And Ohio State is back in front, 48-47. Now, what do we got here? It's like they got something against Ohio State here. Is there another technical foul here? Yep, Royal, after the ball went through when Michigan was inbounding, Royal knocked the ball away. That is the same exact play that got Mobley a technical foul in the first half. You cannot do that. Royal, and the free throw is good, and this game is tied at 48. Michigan ball, looking for the lead back. And on the drive, layup is good, and the Wolverines do have the lead back on a layup for L.J. Kaysen. 50-48 Michigan. Thornton with it for Ohio State. Gives it off to Royal. Jegovan with it on the outside. Back to Thornton. 10 to shoot for Ohio State. Thornton. Jegovan outside. They're going to have to launch something here with 1 on the shot clock. Shot is blocked out of bounds. With exactly 10 minutes remaining in the second half. This will have to be a catch and shoot, and it's a shot clock violation. It was a little too late. Wolverines bring it up by 2. McKinney with it on the outside. Off to Shetter. Kaysen, top of the key three-pointer. No. Michigan now 2 for 16 from three-point range. They cannot buy a three-point basket tonight. Buckeyes, nice play as Royal was in danger of falling out of bounds. He knocked it off a Michigan player. It'll stay Ohio State ball. Buckeyes will inbound with 22 on the shot clock. Thornton brings it in for the Buckeyes. Into Tilley, goes right back to Thornton. Thornton for 3, no. It's not been a great offensive game for him either, and Ohio State tries to save it, but it's out of bounds. It'll go to Michigan. And Shetter does a little bit of talking to the Ohio State bench as he walks back to the other end of the floor. Bounce pass inside. This is Shetter for a 3. This is not going to count, and we are going to have a foul. Got an offensive foul on Mara. That's his 3rd. He becomes the first Michigan player to hit 3 fouls. Meanwhile, 4 Ohio State players at the 3-foul mark. Thornton brings it up for the Buckeyes with 9 minutes to play. Tilley with it. Over to Thornton. Thornton looking to drive, cannot. And we have another foul. Well, fouls are coming in bunches now. Cadu picks up his 3rd. Both teams in the penalty. This is just the 3rd free throw attempt for Ohio State tonight as Thornton heads to the line. Thornton, leading scorer for the Buckeyes on the season, averaging over 20 a game, has been held to 4 tonight. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. You'll get the bonus. Thornton's 2nd is good, and we are tied again, 50 apiece. Wolverines bring it up the floor. Cadeau with it. Cadeau with the bounce pass. Inside, and Johnson gets a dunk. Johnson still perfect from the floor, now 6 for 6. 52-50 Michigan. Ohio State defense fell asleep under the basket that time. Thornton. Thornton drives. Thornton gets cut off, sends it outside. Bynum looking for help, gets it to Tilley. Tilley against a double team will get fouled. Christoph Tilley heads to the line for 1-and-1. Got it. Tilley has 1 more. 13 points now on the night for Christoph Tilley. He missed the 2nd. That's Ohio State's first miss at the line tonight. 52-51 Michigan as we hit 8 minutes to play. Cadeau now tries a three-pointer. Good. Just the third three of the night for Michigan. Cadeau hits a big one, and the Wolverines are up 4, 55-51. Mobley with it for Ohio State. Thornton now on the outside. Thornton driving inside the paint. Thornton puts it up short. His struggles continue. Thornton now just 2 of 10 shooting the basketball. Cadeau with it. Bad pass, and it is going to be taken away, and then a Michigan foul after the turnover. We'll send Ohio State to the line when we resume from the under 8 timeout. 55-51 Michigan. In a nice, hard-fought game tonight. Another average physical night in the Big Ten. Again, I'll be with you on the live stream on YouTube and Kick tomorrow for some more college basketball. There'll be 2 college basketball games tomorrow. Both will be on my YouTube stream. One of them will be on my Kick stream, and the other one will be on my Twitch stream. But they will both be on my YouTube stream tomorrow. 2 college basketball games for you. Again, not sure what the games or what the time's going to be. I'll try to put an update on my page header. Once I find out for sure what games and what times those will be. We still have some unfinished business in this one. 55-51, Michigan leading as we are at the under 8 timeout. Ohio State will be at the free throw line when play resumes. So here we go. Out of the timeout here, Ohio State. Christoph Tilley at the free throw line. First of the 1-and-1 is no good. And then an over-the-back foul. If that's on Thornton, It's not. It's on Royal, though. That's his fourth. So Devin Royal picks up his fourth foul with 7:13 to go. And Michigan will head to the free throw line. Royal has to come out with the 4 personals. This will be a 1-and-1 for Mara. First is good. Michigan by 5, trying to make it 6 with the second free throw. Good also. Lead is a half dozen for Michigan as we approach 7 minutes remaining. Puff Johnson with the ball to Mobley. Mobley's had a quiet second half. He scored just 5 here in the second half after a 14-point first half. Tilly tries to go inside, but the pass was too high to Bynum, and the Wolverines take it away. Turnover number 11 for the Buckeyes. Cadeau sends it outside, three-pointer to round it out. Offensive rebound, Michigan. Cadeau for a deep 3, and it goes. Cadeau with a 3, and just like that, Michigan is up by 9. This is the largest lead of the night, and it leads to a Buckeye timeout with 6.5 to play. That brought the Michigan bench to life. So both teams down to 2 timeouts. Buckeyes to inbound, needing a basket here as Mobley brings it up across the midcourt stripe. Mobley drives. Mobley sends it off to Tilly. Tilly spins inside and has it blocked. Although they're going to get a goaltend, it looks like. So Mara went up and got it, but they are going to call goaltend. Yeah, that was coming down. So score the basket there for Tilly to make it 60-53. Here's Cadeau, bounce pass, and off the glass and in. Nice pass as it went over to Mara, who put it in off the glass, 62-53. Thornton with it for the Buckeyes. Thornton driving. Thornton gets cut off, sends it outside. Mobley for 3. That's good. Mobley now with 22 for Ohio State, 62-56. Still plenty of time. We've just ticked under 5.5 to go. Driving off the glass. That's a tough shot, but a rebound put back dunk for Mara. Michigan by 8. Mobley lost it. Back come the Wolverines. Bounce pass ahead. Layup good. And just like that, the lead is up to double digits for the first time tonight. 66-56. Thorne gets it to Royal. Inside, and we have got... What do we have? Not sure what was called there. So we have a stoppage of play with 4.5 minutes to go. And since we're within 30 seconds of the under 4 timeout, this will serve as the under 4 timeout. Still not exactly sure what was called there. When I do these live streams, for obvious reasons, I have the sound down on the TV. So I'm still not exactly sure what was called. They actually might have called... They might have said Michigan took a timeout to save the possession on the loose ball. So 4.5 left. All of a sudden, Michigan's bulged out to a 10-point lead here, as they're up to 53% shooting from the floor. Ohio State down to 42%. Michigan all of a sudden is taking a 9 rebound edge, 32-23. It was an Ohio State timeout, not a Michigan timeout. Right there before the timeout to save possession. Man, Ohio State turns it over on the inbound. That's turnover number 13 for the Buckeyes. Cadeau with it for Michigan. To McKinney. And the Buckeyes tried for a steal, almost got it. And here comes another three-pointer. That is good. After starting off 2 of 17 from three-point range, Michigan's hit their last 3 from beyond the arc. And they lead by 13, 69-56. Mobley for the Buckeyes. Bounce pass. And now driving inside for the reverse layup that's too strong. Rebound pulled down by Michigan. Morez Johnson Jr. Boy, Michigan's went on this big run here. Maybe the run that puts the dagger in Ohio State. Three-pointer, no good. Mara, offensive rebound and gets fouled. Boy, Michigan's getting to every loose ball. They're out hustling Ohio State over the last 4 or 5 minutes. This is an 18-6 run for Michigan. Mara at the line. He missed the first free throw. Or I'm sorry, he makes the first free throw. Excuse me. I thought he had shot one prior. 70-56. Two free throws for Mara makes it 71-56. Michigan lead is 15, and this has happened quickly. Down to 3:10. Cups with it for the Buckeyes. Gabe Cups dribbling on the outside. Cups looking for help as we go under 3 minutes. Tilley on the drive. Tilley with the right hand will lay it in. Christoph Tilley with 17 points, and it makes it 71-58. Cadeau with it for Michigan. Cadeau on the drive. Cadeau bounce pass and knocked out of bounds by Ohio State. It will stay with Michigan with 15 on the shot clock, 2:27 on the game clock. Cadeau to inbound for Michigan, gets it in. And a three-point shot on the way is too strong. Rebound pulled down by Thornton of Ohio State. Thornton gets bumped. That's not a good foul there by Lindeborg. That was way off the ball, about 35 feet from the basket. Dusty Maid is expressing his displeasure to Lindeborg about that foul, too. Chance for the Buckeyes to get points with the clock stopped as Thornton heads to the free throw line. First of two, short. Buckeyes have missed their last 3 free throws after starting 5 for 5. Neither team is going to get anywhere near their season average in points per game. Thornton does hit the second. 71-59 with 2:17 to go. Michigan about 22 points under their season points per game average. Ohio State about 24 points shy of their season points per game average. Double team here, and Michigan's going to take a timeout to save possession. So both teams down to 1 timeout. With 2:09 to play, Michigan in front 71-59. This game was 50-50 in the second half. 21-9 spurt for Michigan since that point. as they went out on a run, and they did it pretty quickly here. It was just a little bit past the midway point of the second half when Michigan started going on that big run. Following the timeout, Michigan to bring it in. Cadeau with it as we're down to 2 minutes remaining. And this is going to be a foul on Ohio State. It's going to go against Mobley. Both teams in the double bonus, so 2 shots the rest of the way. First of 2 is short by Roddy Gale Jr. Ademara returns to the lineup for Michigan. He'll replace McKinney. One more free throw coming for Roddy Gale Jr. Got that one. 72-59. Under 2 to go. Thornton. Almost lost it. Now we'll try a 3 and hit it. Bruce Thornton with the 3. That gets him now in double figures with 10. Buckeyes putting some pressure on. 72-62. Michigan breaks the press. And now they're going to work on the clock. Shot clock at 10 for Michigan. Here's a three-point shot on the way. That is short. Rebound Thornton. Michigan did take 30 seconds off the clock, though. The clock is their best friend right now. Royal fakes a 3. Now we'll take the 3, and it's an air ball. And out of bounds to Michigan with 1:07 to go. Michigan brings it in to Cadeau. Final minute. Ohio State not fouling here. And the dunk, and that'll be the exclamation point on the dunk for Lindeborg. 74-62. Got a Buckeye down, and this is not good. It's Thornton that is down under the Michigan basket. So you can see what happened here. Didn't quite exactly see what happened to Bruce Thornton there. Thornton is still down under the Michigan basket. The Ohio State training staff out there. Oh, he got bumped into by his own guy, Tilley. Unintentional, obviously. Tilley and the Michigan player were doing battle underneath there, and Tilley just backed up, and Thornton got bit by some friendly fire there. And Thornton is back up, and he is walking on his own power, although hobbling. Looks like Michigan is on their way to their 4th win in a row after that loss to Wisconsin a couple weeks ago. Buckeyes bring it in, down 12, 50 seconds to go. Mobley looking to drive. Nice pass underneath. Here's a three-point shot that is long. Kicked out. Ohio State with an offensive rebound. There's a three-pointer. That's short, out of bounds off Michigan. It will stay with the Buckeyes. Inbound it comes to Tilley. Tilley finds Mobley. Mobley looking to drive now, will take a three-pointer. That's too strong. Rebound, Michigan. Shot clock is off, and that may have been the final shot of this ball game. Buckeyes are not going to foul, and Michigan will win their fourth in a row. They will stay in solo second place in the Big Ten. Move to 18-1 on the season, 8-1 in Big Ten play. As the final horn sounds on a 74-62 win for Michigan. Dusty May and Jake Diebler shake hands at midcourt. Michigan now 18-1 overall, 8-1 in the Big Ten. Ohio State falls to 13-6 overall and 5-4 in the Big Ten. As Michigan has the undefeated Nebraska Cornhuskers coming in on Tuesday night into Ann Arbor. Ohio State will return to Columbus and take on Penn State on Monday night in their next matchup. Take a look at the final stats in this one real quick before I sign off for the rest of the evening here. Michigan ends up shooting 52%, 27 of 52 from the floor. Just 5 of 23 tonight from three-point range at 22%, 15 of 25 at the free throw line for 60%. Meanwhile, Ohio State, 24 of 59 shooting, 41%, 8 of 27 from three at 30%. They were 6 of 9 at the free throw line for 67%. Quite a difference. A disparity on the free throw line tonight. Michigan shot 25 free throws. Ohio State shot just 9. Rebound edge for Michigan, 36-27 over Ohio State. Michigan turned it over 14 times. Ohio State 13 times. Michigan was led tonight. They put 4 in double figures, led by Yaxel Lendeborg's 18 points, 12 apiece. For Morez Johnson Jr. and Trey McKinney off the bench added 12. Ade Mara added 11. 6 out of Elliot Cadeau. 5 from Roddy Gale Jr. 4 points out of Namari Burnett. Meanwhile, for Ohio State, they put 3 in double figures, led by John Mobley Jr.'s 22 points. Christoph Tilley had 17 points. Bruce Thornton held to 10 points tonight, 10 under his season average. He's 1 rebound shy of a double-double. 5 points out of Amari Bynum, 4 out of Devin Royal, 2 apiece for Colin White and Ivan Jegovan. Just 4 points off the Ohio State bench tonight. Did not help their cause as the Buckeyes fall tonight to Michigan by a final score of 74-62. Michigan now 18-1 overall, 8-1 in the Big Ten. Ohio State falls to 13-6 overall, 5-4 in the Big Ten. Well, that's going to wrap it up on the live stream tonight. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube. If you do like my content, really would appreciate a like and subscribe. That would help out a lot. Also on Kick tonight, Sports Kick John. Also have content on Twitch at Sport Guru John. Back with you tomorrow for a couple college basketball games. Again, not sure what the games are going to be or what time yet. Try to have the update on my YouTube header once I know what the schedule is going to be. Both college basketball games will be live streamed on my YouTube channel, Sports Bonanza John. One will be live streamed on Kick at Sports Kick John. The other one will be live streamed on Twitch at Sport Guru John. Appreciate you joining me, everybody, and We'll have some more college basketball on a live stream tomorrow. Thanks a lot, everybody. Good night. God bless. And if you're in this winter storm area, please stay safe.